Our drive back from Missoula was actually pretty eventful. The drive back is about 4 hours, so we expected to get back to the lookout about 11. So sometime after dark, we passed a Department of Transportation yard where they have a big pile of salt that they use to salt the roads. Something was there, so we slowed down, and there was actually a cow and calf moose sitting there licking the salt off of the pile. So we pulled into the yard and Blessing took some pictures. It was pretty dark, so it was kind of hard to get good pictures, but we watched the moose for a while. We're pretty sure those two moose were actually the same cow and calf that we saw right outside of our cabin a few weeks ago. Although it's a long ways away by car, about 30 miles, as the crow flies, it's only 6.5 miles. Eventually, we got back on the highway and kept driving. Our turn was about 10 more miles down the road. We turn onto gravel, and then there's about 20 miles, so it typically takes us close to an hour to get home. It was dark, and it has been windy recently, so there are some trees down, so I tried to take the gravel a little slower than usual.
Yeah, city folk driving in a black limousine. A lot of sad people thinking that's a mighty keen. Well, son, let me tell you now exactly what I mean. I thank God I'm a country boy.
And we came upon a tree that had blown down across the road. We'd passed a few of them, but most of them had been cut out. Thankfully, it was pretty rotten, so Blessing and I together were able to pull it out of the road, and then we cleared as much debris as possible off. The front driver brake has been a problem for a while. I bought brake rotors and pads, and I am hoping to get that done as soon as possible. I stopped and parked the car for a second, and when I got back in and put the car in drive, the brake wouldn't let up. Put it in drive, reverse, and kept moving back and forth just a little bit until the brake freed enough that I could drive. Thankfully, we were mostly driving uphill, so I just never used the brake. When I got to the gate, I put it in park without setting the brake. Although I am very specific about always putting a parking brake on, I didn't want to risk hitting the brake and having it lock up. Thankfully, we were able to make it up the hill all right. Everything was good at the lookout. I parked the car, and I don't intend to move it until I do the brakes. And then we took some groceries into the cabin, put them in the fridge, and headed to bed. Did you write your signature on a car by blowing in the dust? I thought not. Sentry, lay down, Ranger.